Before we really deep dive into this thing, right? Because I seen Lizzo, right? She's getting sued for basically fat shaming. That sounds so stupid. Lizzo is getting sued for fat shaming, right? You got Jess Hilarious is out here complaining about nobody is protecting black women. I just recently did a panel in which we had a trans person on the panel, and they was talking like this. They had their Barry White voice on. They was sounding like one of the Hodge twins. So shout out to Neve that came up on the panel in order to have some uncomfortable conversations. And Neve fooled y'all. Just on the outset, without looking too deep, y'all was like, oh my God, I can't believe. What is that? Is that a man? Is that a woman? A lot of y'all was fooled. So I don't want to keep hearing from y'all talking about y'all able to easily identify the difference between a man and a woman until they turn their voice on. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that no more. We cooking up on the Millionaire Morning Show on a regular basis. And what I've experienced, and I keep putting myself on a chopping block for y'all, what I've experienced personally on the internet, not in real life, but practically on the internet, is a betrayal of sorts. A betrayal of sorts, not from my beautiful white women, not from Asian women, not from Hispanic women, but from black women. I've experienced a betrayal from black women. Never mind the fact that I'm married to a black woman. Never mind the fact that the majority of the people that work for me is black women. Never mind the fact that I put money in black women's pockets, not only from the ones that you see, but from the ones that you don't see. Never mind the fact that I am a father of a 15-year-old black young girl that is going to grow up and be a black woman. Never mind the fact that I've been married for the equivalent of almost 2 decades, 19 years, almost 20 years, successfully married to a black woman. Never mind the fact that I am an advocate for being successfully married, because it's a difference between being successfully married and just being ships passing throughout the night. Never mind all of that. Never mind the level of game and the fact that I live my life like an open book and you actually know who my wife is and all of that other type of shit. The only thing that matters is how you feel. So before we really deep dive into this thing today, right? Let me first give a shout out to all of the awesome women that are out there that are not the ones that's the most visible, but the ones that are actually being a reflection of what we like to see in society. Let me give you guys a round of applause. Where's my, because I'm not in the studio. Let me give you guys a round of applause first. Let me give a round of applause to all of the beautiful women. Don't matter if you black, don't matter if you white, because we understand it's culture, right? What it is that I experience may be from a certain demographic of women, but the culture is what it is. So let me give a round of applause for all of the awesome ladies that do not let what it is that they do on a job affect how it is that they live within their femininity. They are not emasculating men. They walk out and they understand that every man deserves a level of respect, especially if you're looking for protection from them. They respect the officers. They respect the firefighters. They respect the construction workers. They automatically extend a level of respect just because you are a man. They don't determine whether or not they're going to respect you based off of how much you make. They respect you because they understand that without you, they wouldn't be able to survive. Shout out to all of the wives. Shout out to the single women that's not for the streets. Shout out to the ones that's not at the Beyonce concert, that's out here fucking up our environment and our society. Shout out to the ones that are truly traditional, not necessarily in the fact that you're not embracing technology in the ways in which we are able to do things more effectively, but the fact that you're traditional in your mindset and that you understand there's a difference between a man and a woman, and you respect men in the same way that men respect you enough to protect you when you need us. Shout out to all of the awesome, beautiful, phenomenal women that are doing the awesome things and the great work that we see out here in society. That is being a reflection of what you would want your daughter to be raised as. Let me also take some time to also acknowledge my fellas, right? Because there are some good dudes out here and they do not get the highlight. When you see these TikToks, when you see these Instagram reels and all of this stuff, you don't see the guys that's doing the work, taking care of business, taking care of their children, going they not getting arrested, and even if they did do their time and they paid they debt to society, they came out and they become active members and they're contributing to what it is that we see happening every day. Shout out to all of the men that is not highlighted because they take care of their kids. We know that the overwhelming majority of men, specifically black men, take care of their families. They take care of their kids. We know that even though they have family court against them, we know that even though women advocate for equal everything and to take advantage of the things that men built, they advocate against family court laws, but they still fight for their children and they still are in their children's lives. And they're not a reflection of what these simps have in the past advocated that they be the happy wife, happy life dudes, the dudes that taught them wrong and didn't actually be a reflection of what it is that they want things to be. But now they up here with a platform and they saying all of the dumb shit that we don't really care for. But these guys said that I'm not going to be like my father. I'm going to be better than him, right? And I'm going to do the thing that is in the best interest of the people that surround me. Shout out to all of the fellas that go to work, grind, hustle every day, even though they try to paint you as a negative, something negative. But the overwhelming majority of y'all are not out here impregnating women. You're not out here doing the shit that's egregious for society. You take care of business, and we all make mistakes. Nobody is perfect, but every day you become a better version of yourself. You wouldn't be tapped in with me. You wouldn't be tapped into the Millionaire Morning Show on a regular basis. You wouldn't be seeking out the coaching calls. You wouldn't be rocking with the coach Greg Adams and the lead attorneys and all of these dudes that's out here doing the good work and becoming and giving you the game on how it is that you can become a better version of yourself. Shout out to the dudes, the guys, the men, the professionals, every single day that is not a reflection of what the toxicity is in our culture, but is moving the needle and is not a reflection of what they try to paint you as a black man. Shout out to you fellas. And let me also tell you this. You are the cream of the crop. And when I say that, I'm not talking about as a result of just being a man. I'm saying that you have the world as your oyster if you are a guy that is taking care of business on top of your game and is not a simp. Keyword simp. And in a way, this is an opportunity for me to really hold some of y'all accountable because you're so great, because you're so awesome, you'll find yourself in a space to where you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. A, because you don't realize your value, and then B, because society and Western culture has told you that you're not the man that you're supposed to be if you don't fall into the whims and the woes of what women want for you to do. Let me say that one more time. A, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place because you have your pick of the litter. You can do the things that you want to do every day, but society and culture is trying to tell you that you're not the man that you're supposed to be, even though you went to school, even though you didn't have any children out of wedlock, or if you did have children, you take care of your children. Even though you go to work every day and take care of business, even though you may be a six-figure man, even though you are a professional, even though you go up, you get up every day without no excuses, you understand that there is no safety net for you, and you perform day in and day out. Even if you are at the top of your game, they will try to discount you and tell you that you are not the man that you're supposed to be if you don't sit here and subject yourself to the whims and the woes of the people that don't give a fuck about you. And who don't give a fuck about you? Let me ask you a question. Who do you think don't give a fuck about you?